Parties and salmon go together, and this side of Regal salmon, which is going to be crusted with pistachio, lemon, crumbs, and then pomegranates on top, is sure to be an absolute hit. First off though, when you get your side of salmon, make sure you haven't got any pin bones that need to be removed, and you can do that simply by running your finger down the centre and see if you can feel them. Closer to the tail you won't get any bones at all, but the nearer you get to the head you're likely to get quite a few. I have my special tweezers that I use for that, but you can use a knife or whatever you feel comfortable with, but just make sure you do get rid of those. Okay, so first off, skin side down onto a baking paper lined tray, and I have already preheated the oven. That's at 200 degrees waiting to go. Here I've got about a cup of fresh breadcrumbs, finely grated lemon zest in there as well, and about half a cup of chopped pistachio nuts are going into there. So let's just mix those through. A little bit of sea salt for flavour, and then some melted butter into there as well, just to help that mix together. We don't need the extra fat, but it's just to hold the crumbs together so they stay looking beautiful on the salmon. Okay, let's just mix that in. Now all I'm going to do is gently press that onto the surface of the salmon, like so, and we've got that beautiful green colour coming through from the pistachio nuts that complements the gorgeous orange of the salmon so well. Okay, a tiny bit of parsley onto there as well. We don't need too much because we're going to put some more on once it comes out of the oven. And once you put on the fresh parsley, it'll have that beautiful vibrant green colour. So that essentially is it. So it's into the oven, 200 degrees for about 15 minutes or until it's cooked. And you'll be able to tell if it's cooked by just slightly flaking the salmon apart in an area that you haven't got crust, so perhaps at the end. And if it's still looking quite pink in the centre but cooking around the outside, then it's going to be fine. Remember, it'll keep cooking for a little while after getting out from the oven, and you don't want it completely cooked through anyway. Righto, while that's cooking, let's look at our pomegranate. And I've got one here that I've already started on. Now you may have heard too, when you take your seeds out of your pomegranate, to cut it open, give it a good whack on the back and the seeds will fall out. That's completely true, but I find this way a lot easier. You don't end up spraying pomegranate seeds and juice all around the kitchen. You simply break the pomegranate into pieces, put it into a bowl of water, and what you'll find is as you pull the seeds off, the seeds are going to sink and the membrane is going to rise to the surface. And the membrane, of course, is what you don't need. So we don't want to lose these precious jewels, because look at that beautiful pink colour. When that contrasts with the salmon, it's going to look and taste amazing. Right, now all we do is lift off the top of that membrane, and you'll still have some little pieces in there, but you can pull them out later. And let's just drain that out. Okay, I've got my pomegranate jewels, I've got my parsley, and here's our salmon. It looks and smells absolutely divine. While this crust is great, we're going to make it look even better with these beautiful pomegranate jewels here, and just be liberal with them. Scatter them over, they look so beautiful. That lovely vibrant pink contrasting with the colour of the salmon. A little bit of parsley on there as well. And there you have it, this beautiful Regal side of salmon crusted with pistachio, lemon, pomegranates and parsley.
For this recipe and more, go to foodlovers.co.nz.